Hello, everybody. This is Hondo Carpenter, your Las Vegas Raiders beat writer on Sports Illustrated and the host of the Las Vegas Raiders Insider podcast. Mark Davis is going to be selling more minority ownership in the Raiders, and we're going to talk to you about it today. We've been working on this story for a few weeks, and it broke a little bit sooner than we thought it would, but that's fine. We were tipped off by a source that Silver Lake co-CEO Egon Durbin was going to be purchasing um, a minority share in the Raiders. We were told that Davis was selling an additional 15% after selling just over 10% to a Tom Brady and Richard Seymour group. Individual men, but there was just over 15%. So this would be, excuse me, just over 10% went to Brady and Seymour, and then another investor as well. We were told that there's going to be another 15%. However, our source could not confirm to us that Durbin was buying the whole 15%. That's what we've been working on and why we hadn't run the story. It's now been confirmed via Brian Fisher from the Sports Business Journal, excuse me, Ben Fisher from the Sports Business Journal, that it's 7.5% going to Durbin and 7.5% going to developer Michael Meldron from Discovery Land. Now, Meldron is a Las Vegas resident. It is very important that you now understand that in the last several weeks, if you include the Seymour Brady acquisition, that just over 25% of the team has been sold. That does not in any way change in any way that Mark Davis is the controlling owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He still is the final decision maker and authority figure. He is the one that will control the direction of the franchise. It is still under his control and leadership. Just because they're adding of additional minority owners, that does not change the direction on the day-to-day operations of your organization. It simply allows Davis to diversify um, part of his ownership, but again, not giving up any of his control or leadership. We know that Richard Seymour, legendary NFL player, uh, was a consultant in the hiring process when Antonio Pierce was hired by Davis prior to his ownership, although it certainly was in the works. And we have reported previously about Tom Brady's the expectation that Tom Brady is going to have a very loud voice in this organization moving forward, especially on the football operations end. So essentially, what happened is another 15% minority ownership was sold in the Raiders, but Mark Davis maintains total and complete control of the organization. So on the day-to-day levels, there's not expected to be a lot of changes as far as in operational authority, unless Davis would, listen to some of these new owners and make changes as expected. That we feel like Tom Brady will have a very big voice. But as far as who is the final decision maker, there is no change there whatsoever. Now, according to our source, it is expected who told us, obviously, about Egon Durbin. It is expected, the NFL Finance Committee's already looked at it. Were some concerns when it came to part of this ownership group just because of some of their holdings in other companies. But according to this source, they don't expect there to be any issues. They expect those to be resolved. And the next ownership meetings are coming up December 10th and 11th in Irving, Texas. And it is at that time, according to this source, that it's very possible that the entire ownership of the NFL will review the finance committee's thoughts and recommendations. And there could be a vote on this additional 15% ownership coming at that time. Again, that's at the NFL owners meetings, December 10th and 11th in Irving, Texas. So as a fan, boiling it down, asking how does this affect my team on a day-to-day basis, I don't think there's really going to be a change because Mark Davis retains control. However, as he continues to accumulate ownership, certainly there's going to be decision makers who are gonna, have his ear, and they should. So it could impact as far as who he listens to, what he listens to. As stated previously, we expect there to be a loud voice for Tom Brady. But these other people that are additionally being added, we know Seymour obviously is a football mind, so expect him to have a voice. I don't think it'll be as loud as Tom Brady's, but I expect it to certainly be heard. These other people, being highly successful business people, can certainly advise Davis, who has proven to be nothing short of an excellent businessman since taking over the franchise from his father after his father's death in 2011. So that's the latest of what we have. We'll, of course, keep you updated and look forward to the December 10th and 11th owners' meetings just to get the latest on the state of the franchise and what's happening. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all of you. Thank you.